Hello farmers and welcome back to the hills of Tuscany where we're still in the month of October, and the main job for today is to get that once was a sugar beet field into a canola field so we can make some canola oil next year and make some potato chips or crisp or whatever you want to call them where you're from. But the first thing we're going to be doing today is buying some stuff. We're going to scroll on down here, and I think I showed it last episode. This little New Holland right here. This will be the tractor that we use to fertilize our crops for the second stage, because we're not doing precision farming on this map. We're going to need to fertilize it after we drill. So engine setup, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves the 130 because we're going to spend a little bit more money, because why not? We got a big loan going on. Wheels setup, narrow tires. Narrow tires, there we go. That way we can go into crop fields and not damage them at all. And I think that's all we really need to do here. Configuration standard. Rear mudguards. Do I really need the rear mudguards? The fenders. Do I need a front weight? Weights and rear mudguards. Weights and fenders. Yeah, it's another $1,000. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get it. And I think we're going to keep everything else pretty much the same there. Narrow tires. A 130 horse engine. Weights, fenders, front loader attacher. Will this take a front loader attacher? Let's see, wheel setup, engine design. I don't see where it does. New Holland tradition. This will not take a front loader attacher? Oh, wait, what? So if you put weights and fenders on it, you can't get a front loader attacher? Interesting. When you put the weights on it, it gets rid of the front loader attacher on it. Well, we need a front loader attacher for it. This will be using like straw bales for the cow barn, I do believe. At least that's going to be the plan. All right, am I all set there? I think so. That's enough of, it's a small tractor, New Holland. Yeah, let's go ahead and get it. The next thing we need to buy in here is a spreader for lime. Oh, there we go, up here. I may get the one from Stevie. Can I change the colors here? No, I cannot. That's why I get the one from Stevie, because I can change the colors. Extensions, of course we want extensions. 22,950, that's good. Wheel brand, don't care too much. Spreading system, yes, we want those to make it 18 meters. Is that the biggest we can go? Yes, 18 meters. Main color, well, that color or the Valtra. We're going to go Valtra. Yeah, we're going to make it that kind of color. And the top, do we want to make it beige? Is that too much? That might be just a little bit too much. All right, let's tone it down to... You know what? That's not too bad. Rim color, do I want it to match? Yeah, sure. We'll make the rim color match. Yeah, but we'll just go with that. We're just gonna roll with that. How about that? 90,750 for that. Let's go ahead and buy that. So I did borrow more money on the account where we now have a $6 million loan. No worries, everything will be fine. Let's get down to the store. All right, I'm hoping this should be able to haul this back to the farm. I won't be using this tractor on the spreader, just bringing it back to the farm. The Lamborghini will be doing the lime spreading. But since this tractor's down here and we're down here, we're gonna haul this back to the farm. All right, we're gonna get back to the farm, put the Lamborghini on this. We gotta go spread lime in that sugar beet field, and then bring the New Holland on over. Not this New Holland, the New Holland T8, and we're going to start planting some canola. Now, there is a field ready for harvest. It's for soybean. Don't really need the soybean, but the field is kind of nice to have, because I may want 2 canola fields just to give us a whole bunch of canola so we can make some oil. At least that might be the plan. And then, of course, we need to put down the potato factory. I want to put that down. I don't need it this year. I wasn't planning on... I only wanted to buy stuff when I need it. But I think I need to put down the potato factory so I can determine where the other buildings are going to be going around in that area. So let's get back to the farm, fill this up with some lime, get some lime spread on some fields, get that process going. And yeah, we got some stuff to do today. Made it back, no problem. The only issue I can have on this is going downhill and taking corners. The Breedle spreader was kind of pushing the tractor around. But we made it back. Alright, park this kind of right here. Is that going to keep filling up if I detach? I don't think so. Let's see, we'll park this New Holland over here just for now. Beacon off. Another tractor added to our farm. It's not the smallest tractor because we got the smallest tractor over at the greenhouses. Alright, this, I might as well bring this on out, and I'm going to park this over where the New Holland is. Is that going to look too ridiculous on there? I don't think it's going to look that bad. Meaning that the spreader is that, you know, it's too big for the tractor. Alright, so this is all the lime that we had previously. I'm going to get that loaded on up, and I may try to sneak in there. I think I got some lime in underneath the shed as well. I'll probably never use those racks in the future because we got the Omatana seed hut that we can just grab our stuff from. Now that we got a full container of lime, let's go ahead and spread it on our, what is going to be our canola field. Just keep going around in circles so I can get my right way out of here. Shouldn't take me too long. I was looking at some other fields. I thought we had a lot of sugar beet fields actually on the map. But it's actually almost the same color. As we know, sugar beet is kind of like a pinkish color. Triticale is also kind of a shade of pink as well. So there's a lot of fields on here that look pink, but a lot of them are triticale. So don't want to be harvesting that. I don't know if I get straw from that or not. We are going to need some straw at some point for the cows in the future, which will be next month. Zip on back a little bit here. Turn this on. Get used to the working with, and yep, this shouldn't take me too long. A lot of our fields need some lime. I was also thinking I might need another large tractor, only because the T8 is our heavy-duty tractor currently on the farm, and with planting going on and also plowing need to be going on at the same time, roughly. Yeah, we might need another big tractor, and I was kind of thinking maybe a Fendt, but I'm using a Fendt on American Falls, so I'm not sure what tractor to go with here. Trying to keep in touch a little bit. This is not a hard rule or anything, but trying to keep in touch a little bit with, you know, we're on an Italian map, so going with Italian tractors and trying to find a beefy Italian tractor might be a little bit difficult. I want to get that little corner there. Don't think the Lamborghini is powerful enough to pull the plow or anything like that. Lamborghini is going to be good for doing jobs just like we're doing, and also do some grain carting. But in the future, if we get too much grain that we have to transport around or anything like that, we may have to get a big trailer for the truck. Oh, so this is where I'm supposed to enter this field from. All right. Yeah, so a $6 million loan. I'm kind of hoping that will be the max I need to borrow, but I think it could go up from there. We don't have our cotton harvester yet, and of course we will be going with the case cotton harvester. I'm not going to use the root crop harvester that we currently have. That was problematic. I tried that on hinterland, harvesting cotton with that, which it works fine, but the problem is it will not unload into production buildings, or at least the production building that we got. So we're going to get ourselves the case cotton module harvester. I don't know if there's any modded ones that are different from the case and the John Deere. I mean, there's going to be modded ones that are relics, or not relics, but are made from the case and the John Deere. Maybe I should have a look on it because I haven't looked at that kind of stuff in a long time on the Mod Hub. But the canola we're going to be planting here, of course, as I said, is going to be for making potato chips. We need some type of oil. And canola seems to be a good go. I mean, I could do olives, but yeah, I think we're going to have our hands full enough with the grapes and keeping track of, getting course play to work in that, which it will. But we won't be able to do that until next April when we can put the grapes on down. We're going to have to sell all the grapes that we currently have. I am going to keep one small set of white grapes. Just enough so, I have to do the work. Because it'll be fun to do the vine work, at least just once a year, but not a whole lot of it. I know a lot of people don't really care to see that kind of work being done. But we are going to expand on the vineyard next season. We're going to buy more land and put down a whole bunch more grapes. So that production building can help us make a little bit more profit. Spend a lot of money on the machinery, so need to plant some more grapes down so we can definitely get our money back on that. Although most of the money is going to be made from production lane, from the candy shop and the soup factory and the canned veggies as well. Going to make a little bit probably from clothing. Probably should go back to the farm after this, top this back off, and bring it on down to the fields that we harvested. Meaning the carrots and the red beet. I think both of those fields need lime as well. Get ourselves a worker to do that. Probably actually could get that in one pass if I knew the working with this a little bit better. Yeah, this is the last month we can plant the canola, so that's why this is my priority for today. I do want to get onto the month of November just so we can cut the grass and we can start making some hay and we can get our sheep and the cows put in. But maybe just the first little bit of while we'll have to just have the sheep only. Only because, yeah, we're not going to have enough hay to begin with. We got to make it first. And they can start making the wool. Let's go back to the farm. We'll top this off. Let me just double check on those two fields down there. Do they need lime or not? Well, they need to be plowed. That's for darn sure. And yes, both fields need lime. Let's put our beacons on here. It'll also be interesting once we get to the month of November. We should see our production buildings have some pallets outside. And I gotta start figuring out and knowing when the best time is to sell some of that stuff. Alright, quick top off with some lime. And we'll head on down, get ourselves a worker. Oh, that's right. I got my root crop harvester is being inspected. And I got to start figuring out and knowing when the best time is to sell some of that stuff. All right, quick top off with some lime. And we'll head on down, get ourselves a worker. Oh, that's right. I got my root crop harvester is being inspected. And I got to start figuring out and knowing when the best time is to sell some of that stuff. All right, quick top off with some lime. Don't know exactly what time I activated that. But it's going to take an hour to inspect it. We're just showing it off. I don't expect any damage on it. At least I hope not. Alright, not going to use course play on this field here because it's pretty much a straight field. We don't need to make it more complicated than it needs to be. So, yeah, overlap just a little bit. That's fine. Let's get on down here. Oh, sorry, we're blocking traffic. We'll back this up here a little bit. Right there will be good. Alright, back to the farm. We'll get our drill. And we'll throw that canola on in. So this field right here to the right. Not that one. This one right here. This field is ready for harvest. It's full of soybean. Ooh, wow, that's a steep hill right there. Yeah, that might be a good field as well, being the size of to plant canola into it. So we can have two fields, and that way we get a lot of oil for next season. And that should keep our potato production, that's a tongue twister, up and going for as long as it needs to, but we don't have any potatoes yet either. Yeah, that gate there, you know what, I'm going to close this gate, that way no one can come in. Not that anyone's going to, but I don't see myself going out that way and down to the village. That's kind of a windy road. All right, how full is this, or not full? Looks full enough. Didn't back it in there the greatest. Let me switch that over to canola. This will do just about everything except for the veggies. That's kind of one thing I'm surprised I have not seen on the mod hub, but maybe some of that stuff is in testing, is bigger drills and planters for vegetables. And I don't think I'm going to get this around the corner. I thought I brought it in that way, but maybe I didn't. So we'll just go. I definitely didn't come in the way I just shut the gate. So we'll just go in through here. Should be able to get on down this little pathway here, right? Yep, just barely. And then, of course, he runs into the gate. Okay, you brought it into this farm somewhere. Alright, we're through. And already the worker's almost done spreading lime in that field there. Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. If I had another big tractor currently right now, and I could buy one right now if I wanted to, but I do want to have a look on the mod hub. I could be plowing this field and the red beet field as well. But we got all winter to do that, so not in that much of a rush. And then, of course, we still got to buy a lot of stuff, but it's not that expensive for planting the veggies again for next year. We're going to need a ridger, and of course we are going to get the biggest drill, which I think is a 6 meter wide. So this is a direct drill, as I mentioned when we bought it. So we can drill right after plowing, which is nice. Perfect. Get this canola on in. Yeah, so even with the weight on the front of the TA, still getting a little bit of wheel slippage, and Yeah, so the only field we drilled so far is the grass field. And it did pretty much the same. I think this drill requires 380 horsepower, and OT8 is a 438 horsepower engine in there. We are struggling a little bit going on the uphill side of things. So I think if I'm going to get myself a bigger tractor, it's going to require a little bit more horsepower, meaning in the 500s. Which seems like a very big tractor for the Italian map, but it's what we're going to require on our farm, because that's the way we're farming. Don't bring an American over to an Italian farm, I guess. We're going to try to get all the biggest equipment that we possibly can. And with the amount of fields that we're going to have going, I keep telling myself, don't try to plant everything in one year. You know, we'll rotate years, but currently I'm seeing that $6 million loan. And I'm seeing all these production buildings that we're getting ready to put on down, or do have down, with no material into it. And I'm just like, yeah, well, if we had crops, we can get them in there. We can get producing some stuff, because it's always fun to sell and see the money go up. Yeah, because on flat ground, and of course going downhill, the tractor's not having no issue. But on the uphill side of things, it struggles just a tad with the drill. See it when we start going up this little bit of a hill right here. I say a little bit of a hill. When you're looking at it at ground level, it's not that little of a hill. I think the drill, though, for the amount of fields we're going to have is going to be the right size. At some point, I may buy more of these fields up here and just combine them a little bit. Lift up the drill, turn it off, just to help us get around the corner a little bit quicker. It's the same thing with our combine. We'll have to probably start going out the way we did with this drill. I may at some point make an entryway into the farm to where it's easy for all of our equipment to go in and out. But if I keep on using it and just maybe getting the turns just right, it won't be a problem. And I'm trying to keep most of the fields that we're buying currently around the farm itself. I don't want to spread myself too far out. The vineyard is kind of its own little farm in itself. It's going to have its own equipment over there. Kind of like the greenhouses have their... Well, I got the small tractor and trailer over there. Don't know if I damaged that crop in the other farmer's field or not, but I may have. Someone did ask me to do on this map the potato production that we did on hinterland again, and have no desire to do that again. It's not a bad mod, but I did adjust the XML files because the production building just didn't seem to hold a lot of potatoes for my liking. It seemed like it held very little, and when you get that many potatoes off a field, yeah, it was kind of a struggle to keep going over there and making sure it was full. And then I also made the pallets a lot bigger. It went from 1,000, I think, up to 4,000 is what I did. And I think the production building originally held maybe 4,000 liters of potatoes, and I think I made it hold 40,000 liters. But yeah, we're not going to be doing that potato production. We're going to be doing the potato chip production, which comes with a premium expansion. Yeah, so I'll have a look on the mod hub after I get this video started rendering and uploading, and seeing what kind of large tractors we got that kind of would fit in over here. I mean, I know the Fendt wheel, like we're using on American Falls, that would probably work rather well. But I think we're going to need a tractor with about 500, maybe closer to 550. I think 550 may be too much. But at that point, I'd rather go over than still be under of what we need. I thought the T8 would have no problem hauling this around the map, being almost 80 horsepower over the requirement. But as we all know, sometimes that horsepower requirement can be a little tricky. You just got to take consideration the lay of the land. Then you look at the plow that I use on American Falls. I think that plow states it needs like 300 some odd horsepower to plow the fields. And I'm using the Landini on that series. That's like 230 horsepower. And that has no problem whatsoever getting right up to top speed. Of course, I could just go up to the New Holland T9 series. I mean, we do have a New Holland dealer right in town, so I'm pretty sure they have one in stock somewhere. Or maybe not in stock, but they can definitely get one here for us. Got a small strip here to do, and some patches that the drill got raised off the ground, so I'm hoping when I go over them again, it'll be a good enough angle here. We're going to get that one. Yes, we are. Try to get this one here, going this way. Don't have to get every little patch, but in the first couple years, every liter counts. In about year 4 or 5, I would look at that little patch probably and say, yeah, whatever, good enough. But the first year, yeah, try to get every little patch that's reasonable. And that little white patch right there, that would annoy me, so I gotta take care of it. Perfect. So canola field is in. We'll have to fertilize this once it germinates. We did fertilize it today. That's one stage. It is just 2 stages in FS22. I think it was 3 stages in 19. Yeah, there's only 2 stages of fertilization. So that's one right there. Oh, rolling. We're not doing rolling. So we're all set there. All right, check for traffic. And we'll just come on down through here. Let me go ahead and park this right over here. And for some reason, the worker did not want to spread the lime right up against the road part for some reason. That's interesting. No problem, we can take care of that ourselves. I think those trees are going to have to come down. Good news about the lime, though. Once we get that down, we won't have to lime it again for 3 more harvests. If I set the worker off, just going this way, shouldn't have an issue, right? You should be able to handle this. Hopefully you can handle that. Yeah, so the field just needs plowing, which is fine. So we do own this piece of property right here. And I need to stand back because the potato production takes up a lot of space. So let's go ahead and get that down. Production, factories, scroll on down. Platinum edition, premium edition. Is this the... Nope. How about this? Potato processing plant. That's what we need. Oh, the one thing I didn't do is turn on the interactive zone marker so I know where things are facing. Alright, so we can see the drop off. And where is the... Oh, I think I see it. There it is. So it's right next to pretty much where we drop things off at. So, is this the front of the building? Where's technically the front of the building? So the front of the building faces the road. I guess it would be more like this. Let me just see if I'm lined up with the road here. That's pretty close. Gonna call that good. And look at that. It's down just like that. Alright, so that's one production building when he got down. Where is our grass dryer? Alright, grass dryer needs to be put down. Okay, that's relatively on the small size. Trying to figure out how I want to do this. So if we make like a road. I don't think I'm going to have a road go all the way through up through here, right? I mean, we could. So there's going to be a road coming in through here. No, I'm making this more complicated than it probably needs to be. Let's actually put it like... that's where you put it. Luckily, it didn't go into our field at all, but I can do some landscaping there. Now, another thing we need to be putting down as well are the beehives. Now, the question is, where do I want to put the beehives? Now, I could put them between, you know, a couple of the fields, and as long as I plant, like, potatoes, which we're going to be doing, canola, which we'll be doing, and sunflowers, we get a little bit of a boost from the bees. These fields here, I would like to keep the vegetable fields because the headers for vegetables are just up there at the farm. The canola field, like I said, if we convert this over to a canola field and maybe make that a potato field, we keep going back and forth, maybe I'll put the bees around here somewhere. But then the problem is by putting them close next to the field, if I get workers going around, that might get into the way. So I'm trying to think, is it worth it? I did see some testing on the bees and how much more they produce for a crop in the field, and it's not a great deal. I want to say it was like maybe 10%, which is significant. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, is it worth the headache of having got to be right next to a field? Well, how much do beehives cost? Let's look at that. And if we're going to go beehives, we're going to go big, right? So instead of having a road up through here, let's see if it's 150. Will that work if I put the... Can I put the developer mod on? Oh, I can. Trying to remember what button it was for developer mod to see the... I thought I could see the radius of the beehive. Let's just put them down. I wonder if I get a double effect. I don't know how much honey I need for the candy factory either. I think we'll just start with that much. And then, of course, we need a place for the pallets to go. Now, I don't know if this will work. Can I put this, like, over here? And they will spawn over here? Does that have to be within a certain location where honey's generated by beehives is placed? Yeah, but does it need to be within a certain area? Well, we'll just put it down somewhere. Do I want to just put it, like, near the potato factory? I'm going to put it there. See what happens. Yeah, so now I can kind of see... Now I can see... Maybe I wasn't zoomed out far enough. Ooh, I was not expecting that to happen, but I should have. So now I can see the radius of the range of the bees. I do believe. So once I get into the circle, we can see how far it does actually cover. So if I put potatoes in this field, is there anything... Oh, there's wheat in this field already. Well, that's fine. We can take care of that. So we can see the radius of that beehive. Then we come up here, we can see the radius of this beehive. All right, let's go ahead and turn off all the developer mod stuff there. All right, so we got wheat in this field. We got soybeans in this field. Let's just go ahead and buy those fields because I kind of made up the idea of, you know, planting canola and probably potatoes in this one here. Farmland. Go ahead and buy that for $198. This land is actually kind of cheap, in my opinion, and I'm happy with that right now. And that's $155. We'll go ahead and buy that. Now, when do potatoes? I'm sure potatoes are next spring as well. I think canola is the only thing I got to plant right now. And now, do I want to keep that field wheat for this year? That field looks like it might be in good condition. The only thing I'm thinking about keeping it wheat is because I'm going to need some straw for bedding for the cows. Not a whole lot, but this field definitely satisfies us for quite a long time. What is the status of this field here? So it's double fertilized, and that's it. Everything else is fine. Perfect. All right, so that's a canola field. Do I want another canola field? I probably do. So if I want to get onto that, we need to get to do some harvesting. So let's jump up here, grab our harvester. Oh, wait a minute. Is this being inspected? Inspection complete at 10:20. Why? What? I can't use the harvester. No! When did I start inspecting that? And why is it taking until 10:20? The inspection is now complete. 0 damages were found, giving a total damage of 0. Alright, so that inspection, I'm pretty sure I started after this one. Why is this inspection... Well, that is a little bit unfortunate. It says inspection completed at 10:20. Well, I don't know why it says 10:20. I mean, I understand the time frame of the whole thing, but it shouldn't be taking that long. Well, let's see. Soybean. Change of, well, yeah, change of plans. Soybean, that is harvested. Okay, so the good thing is soybean does have another month, but the problem now becomes I won't get canola into it, which is not the biggest deal. I guess I could plant sunflowers next year and do sunflower oil, so we'll have canola oil and sunflower oil. I mean, we could do that. So what I need to do is find the oil production, which is here. So that's cereal. No, here it is. No, it's compost and fertilizer. Where is the oil? Resale, cereal, olive mill, gas station. That's restaurant. That's the BGA. I do know that. Straw sales. This is a saw. That's lime production. Thought that was sawmill. Where is the oil on this map? I've seen it somewhere. That's dairy. I shall find it. Alright, I finally found it. For some reason I thought it was in the north. It's actually down here in the south. Let's jump on down here. And 80,000 for this production. We'll go ahead and buy it. And we'll just go ahead and check out this recipe for here. I don't know if it's the same as the base game or not. 2 for 1. 2 for 1. Alright. So sunflower and canola oil. So yeah, we'll plant sunflowers next year in that field with soybean into it if my harvester is freed up by then. Which it should have. That inspection shouldn't have taken that long. But it is what it is. So now I think we got all the factories we currently need. I do believe. So he says. Did you actually complete spreading the lime in that field completely? Yes, you did. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Now let's fold that back up and we'll bring it on back to the farm. And I just may go ahead and just top it off with lime. That way it's ready to go for next time. I am a little bit concerned about that combine. That inspection should not be still going on, but let's fill this on up. So right now, with a $6 million loan, we are left with $236,000. Yeah, that's still not looking great for not borrowing any more money because we need the cotton module harvester, but we can wait until next year before we need that. We need some mowing equipment. We need a forage wagon to pick up the grass and bring on down to the grass dryer. So I may be borrowing just a little bit more cash here in the near future. Can I? Oop, no, I'm too fat. Let me go ahead. All right, let me go ahead and see if I can figure out what's going on with the combine. Like I said, I think it says, okay, it's done. So I'm not really sure what was going on there. It says 10:20. I'm like, okay, that was a couple hours ago. Perfect. That means I can get to harvesting. Get to harvesting today. Not that we need to sell the soybeans. I'm thinking soybeans sells good in June. I don't know if the market changes by the map or if that can be done. July. So yeah, we'll just harvest these soybeans and we'll put them into storage. But I think we'll actually get to harvesting the soybeans in next episode, and then once we get the soybeans harvested, we will go ahead and move on to the month of November, and we can cut the grass and get our animals in. I could actually even harvest the field in November if I wanted to now. I'm going to stick with my plan, though, about putting sunflowers in this field. That way we got 2 different types of crop into the oil mill. There, that is looking good here. What's the potential harvest on this field? 83. It's not too bad to see it needed lime. So I'll have to put some lime in this field before we replant it next year. But these fields will need to be plowed. So I got to look up a few things. I got to look up on the Mod Hub for a cotton module harvester, see if there's any ones on the Mod Hub that would be kind of interest. I need to find, like I said, a big tractor. You know, like I said, the Fendt would be good, but I'm using the Fendt on American Falls. I don't want to, you know, I hate to say use the same one on this map as well. A Challenger, maybe? Do I want a tractorized Challenger? Which we can get up to... Ooh, that only gets up to 431. I say only like it's not a lot of horsepower. That's quite a bit amount of horsepower. Yeah, I'll have a look on the Mod Hub for tractors. And like I said, also, we'll be looking at some cotton module harvesters. We got a couple options with Stevie as well. I'll probably get, if I do get this one here, or the case, I'll get the one that harvests at 12 miles an hour, just to make it a little bit quicker. And of course, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But got to do some looking on the Mod Hub. And we'll probably do some landscaping as well, a little bit on the beehives to make it look more appropriate. And I'm kind of curious to see, by putting the beehive pallets to spawn, I don't know if they'll spawn this far away from the beehives or not. But we won't know for a little while. So it's going to take a moment. But now we got a place for the grass to come on down. Oh yeah, we need to decorate this up a little bit. But I may wait to see if I got any more production buildings I may want to put down. But this is where the honey should spawn. So only time will tell. It may be too far away. I'm not too sure. And of course, this is where the potato chips will spawn. What's the recipe actually? 100 potatoes, 5 oil. I guess it depends on what kind of oil we're putting in here. So you got olive oil. That looks like canola. And that is sunflower oil. And we'll make ourselves some potato chips. And yeah, next year, hopefully we'll start having some stuff being sold. I don't think any of these productions, because they haven't been running long enough yet, because we're running at real time still, I don't think any of these productions are going to have anything outside yet. I might be surprised. Nope, nothing there, nothing there. Nothing at the candy shop as of yet. And of course, this is where we're going to be making some TMR. Oh, that's the other thing I do need to put down. Hang on a second, we're not quite done yet. We got one more building to put down, and that is the fermenting silo. So we can make some TMR for the cows. Depending on how much grass we get, will determine if I use this right off or not. Let's see here. Silos. So I don't know exactly. Do I just want to go with the biggest one? I mean, that might be overkill. We're only going to have 60 cows, so I think we'll just put down the small one. And basically, we'll put it right next to our grass dryer. How about that? There we go. Perfect. So grass here, silage out. Same thing as on American Falls, as we know. So I'm pretty sure it'll hold like 500,000 liters, which is way more than what we need. But yeah. So $6 million loan. I have now spent $5.8 million and change. And I'm going to have to borrow some more money, it looks like, here in the future. Unless we make some good money from our productions throughout the winter and moving forward. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you again right here in the hills of Tuscany. But until then, have a good one.